I remember when my old football coach used to sit us down after nearly every practice and every weightlifting session, with our lungs gasping for air and our bodies just pushed past the point of what we thought we could do. And he'd say, "We live in a microwave society, one that is obsessed with getting instant gratification. It's a natural, biological impulse for humans to want to minimize time and effort. We all have goals and dreams, things we plan on accomplishing someday. What we're really waiting for is a magic pill or someone to come along and do it for us. And the media we consume on a daily basis only makes this worse. We think if we just look like the people in the magazine, then everyone would finally accept us and we could be happy. Or we think if we just won the lottery and never had to worry about money again, then we can start enjoying our life and finally be happy. But at the same time, we don't want to put in the effort it would take to actually become the best version of ourselves. Why would I take the time and effort to learn about health and nutrition when I can just eat fast food all day, then take a fat burner to lose the weight? Want to get in shape with almost no effort? Perfect. Here's something called 6-minute abs, where you get shredded and hardly have to put in any work. There's no such thing as something for nothing. You can't cheat, even if you wish to do so. If you're like me and like most people, one of the biggest things holding you back in life is that you're comfortable. It has become so easy to get our basic needs of food, water, and shelter. For us, gone are the days of hunting, gathering, and getting what you need before you die. And because of this, it becomes very easy to fall into the pattern of comfortable mediocrity. Sometimes it takes hitting rock bottom to actually start making meaningful change in your life. To quote Tyler Durden from Fight Club, "It's only when we've lost everything that we're free to do anything." But you don't have to wait till you're sick, homeless, and depressed to make a change. You can start by cultivating little habits of giving up instant gratification every day. Start to structure discomfort throughout your day. Starting tomorrow, set your alarm 15 minutes earlier than normal and wake up immediately without hitting snooze. Your first instinct will always be to stay in bed. And the more you give in to that instinct, the more you damage your ability to use your willpower. When everything in your body is telling you not to do something you said you would do, you have to tell yourself, fuck how you feel and do it anyway. This is the same feeling you will get anytime you step out of what is comfortable for you. No matter who you are, you can generate 5 seconds of willpower, and that is all it will take. The hardest part about forcing yourself out of bed in the morning is just the first 5 seconds, and then after that it gets easy. It's the same with anything that is outside of your routine. The hardest part about starting to meditate, go to the gym, read, and eat healthy every day is just carving out the time to actually do it and committing to do it every day. Realize that whatever rationalizations and excuses you have for not doing it today will be there every single day. There will never be a perfect moment and you will never feel like it. Anytime you try and break out of your comfort zone, your brain will always come up with excuses to not do what you're trying to do. Your brain doesn't care if you're living a fulfilled life or not. All it cares about is self-preservation and passing along its DNA. And because of this, your brain will want to keep you where it's safe, where it's comfortable, and where there's no unknown, because our brains evolved to associate the unknown with danger. Finding what scares you most and constantly exposing yourself to it can be one of the most powerful things you do in your life. Stephen Pressfield wrote in his book, The War of Art, that the more fear and resistance we have towards something, the more certain we can be that we have to do it. Our fear is like a compass that points us true north to the one thing we should be doing. I spent most of my life suffering from pretty severe social anxiety. I remember if I was eating lunch with a group of my friends and they started hanging out with a group of other people that I wasn't comfortable with, I would just go and wait in the bathroom until my next class started. I was walking around constantly feeling like I was at the top of a roller coaster, just waiting for it to drop. I thought everyone else experiences the world a certain way, and that just wasn't for me. I thought this was how I was going to spend the rest of my life. But it wasn't until I made the decision that I wasn't going to live like this anymore that my life started to change. I started to get in as many uncomfortable, weird, awkward situations as I could until I slowly started to learn to not give a fuck. I found what scared me most and I constantly exposed myself to it. This thing will be different for everybody. For some people, it will be giving a speech. For others, it will be approaching a beautiful girl. And others, it will be starting their business idea or putting their art out for the world to see. Humans evolved because we had a lot of evolutionary pressure put onto us. It was get what you need or you're going to die and not pass on your genes. Now that we've engineered a society where that's not the case, we have to put that evolutionary pressure on ourselves. It starts with every decision you make from the moment you wake up. The habits you make, the food you eat, how you interact with people, it's all either fueling an upward or a downward spiral. Say you start with one habit, like waking up a little bit earlier every morning. You feel less rushed, so you actually start to practice meditation before you go to work. Because of this, your mind is more clear, you're more mindful about the food you eat, and you start to eat clean. You notice you have more energy throughout the day, so you start to go to the gym every single day. You're starting to feel healthier, more energized, and this makes you more positive with everybody you interact with. Your relationships with your friends and family start to improve. You're happier and more confident and more willing to put yourself out there. Maybe you decide to start that business idea you've always thought about doing. Maybe you decide to ask out that cute girl you see every day on your way to work. Small habits, when done every day, can snowball and turn into big changes in your life. Don't focus on what you're doing. Instead, focus on why you're doing it. Because the reason will always be more important than the temporary discomfort.